One man, one flight, one impossible escape. In 1971, a suited stranger vanished into a stormy sky with $200,000, leaving behind no body, no trace, and no answers. This isn't just a heist story. It's the only unsolved hijacking in U.S. history, and it's still haunting the FBI. Welcome to Hallowed Mystery, where true crime, unsolved cases, and dark legends come alive. If you love real mysteries that the world still can't explain, you're in the right place. Like, share, and subscribe to join the mystery. New stories drop every week. Now, let's uncover the chilling tale of D.B. Cooper. It was November 24th, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving. At Portland International Airport, a man in his mid-40s wearing a black suit, white shirt, skinny black tie, and sunglasses bought a $20 ticket for Northwest Orient Flight 305 to Seattle. He gave his name as Dan Cooper, later misreported in the media as D.B. Cooper. He boarded the plane, a Boeing 727, and sat in seat 18C, ordered a bourbon and soda, and lit a cigarette. There was nothing unusual until he handed a note to a flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. At first, she thought it was just another man hitting on her. She slipped the note in her pocket without reading it. That's when Cooper leaned in and said, "Miss, you'd better read that. I have a bomb." The note stated he had a bomb and wanted $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle. Schaffner glanced into his briefcase. Dynamite sticks, wires, and a battery. It was real, or looked real enough. The crew notified the cockpit. The plane continued to Seattle as authorities scrambled to meet his demands. Cooper was calm, polite even. He tipped the crew, made small talk, and even offered to pay for his drink. In Seattle, the plane landed, and 36 passengers were released unharmed. The ransom and parachutes were delivered. Then, Cooper told the pilots to fly to Mexico City with strict instructions. Fly under 10,000 feet. Keep the flaps at 15 degrees, speed at 170 knots, and most importantly, keep the rear staircase down. Somewhere over southwestern Washington, in the middle of a rainstorm, Cooper did the unthinkable. At around 8:13 p.m., the plane's tail dipped suddenly. The pilots realized the rear staircase had been deployed. When they landed hours later, Cooper was gone. He had jumped into the night, into freezing wind, into dense forest. No one saw him jump. No one knows where he landed. The FBI launched Norjack, one of the largest manhunts in U.S. history. Thousands of leads, interviews, and suspects, but no Cooper. The plane was combed for fingerprints. A black clip-on tie he left behind was analyzed. The ransom bills were recorded by serial number, but he had vanished, just disappeared. Was he an ex-military paratrooper? A rogue CIA agent? A desperate man with nothing to lose? In 1980, a boy digging near the Columbia River found $5,800 in decaying $20 bills, matching the serial numbers from the ransom. But the rest? Still missing. Over the years, dozens of suspects emerged. Richard McCoy, who hijacked a plane in a similar way months later. But he was ruled out. Dwayne Weber, who confessed to his wife on his deathbed. Robert Rackstraw, a Vietnam vet and explosives expert. Each theory had holes. Each suspect was close, but not quite right. In 2016, the FBI finally closed the case, admitting they had exhausted all leads. But for conspiracy theorists, amateur sleuths, and curious minds, D.B. Cooper became a myth, the man who got away. The only man in U.S. history to hijack a plane, collect a ransom, and vanish without a trace. To this day, no one knows who he was, or whether he lived or died that night. Was D.B. Cooper a criminal mastermind, or a dead man from the start? Maybe the truth is lost in the forests of Washington, or maybe, just maybe, he's out there, watching the legend grow.